Hello everyone, we're live from Lindsborg, and I just am taking you to a really special spot today, mainly just because I want to show you some progress that's really exciting. And today I have Frank Reese with us to share a little bit more about this project that you see going up behind me. So Frank, you stopped your work this morning to come over here and talk to me a little bit and just share a little bit about what's going on. Do you want to share more about this project?
Yeah, today is the first day for us to be putting up the building, the first building of Good Shepherd Conservancy, so I'm excited. We've waited a year for this to get started, and a lot of people have been behind us to try to help us to get it done.
So why is this an important project?
The whole reason for the Good Shepherd Conservancy is to help farmers go back to using what we call standardbred poultry, and to help them learn the economics and the reason why it's important to save these birds. Many of the birds that I've been working with here and selling for the last 20-some years are all the old standardbred poultry. And I need to help the next generation do what we've done. And so
this is actually going to be more than one building at some point in time.
Eventually there'll be two more buildings. This particular building we're putting up, the first one, is going to have the offices, the library, the archives, a small educational hatchery. It'll have a meeting room, and then it'll have what we call the Grand Hall. What they're putting up right now will be eventually the Grand Hall, which will be used to teach 4-H, FFA, farmers, and so on, how to select and breed poultry.
So our dream with this, because we talk about this being a Lindsborg project as well, because this is just south of Lindsborg and west just a little bit, it's exciting to us because we see it as something that will bring people from all over to this area. Correct?
Correct. Well, it'll bring people internationally. Over the last 20, 30 years that I've been doing this, I've had people here from all over the United States and all over the world. I've had people here from England, Germany, Africa, Central America, Mexico, China, Canada. I've had people here from everywhere. The interest in doing this is international. And it's not just the breeding and so on, but it's also the marketing. And then we've had a really large following in the culinary world. And so, in fact, that will be our third building, will be dedicated just to the culinary side.
So this is really exciting stuff. But we're just going to touch on it today. We want people to be curious and to be seekers of information, and we want them to actually go find out more about it. And they can do that by looking at your website, correct?
Yes, they can go to goodshepherdconservancy.org, and they can learn all of our missions, our purposes, the sponsors we have. We've been really blessed with some wonderful people throughout the United States who believe in this and are reaching out to help this happen. And so Lindsborg has had a lot of visitors come here from one end of the coast to the other over the last few years.
Just for this?
Just for this.
Yeah, not for the other things they typically come for, like Sphinx Hillings Fest or those things. They're coming for this, and it's because they have interest. And in this day and age, we're talking a lot more about this kind of thing. We're talking about saving seeds, we're talking about saving plant genetics, about poultry genetics, all kinds of things. And so this is a really important project.
Well, you know, there's a number of organizations, the American Poultry Association, which is dedicated and has been for 150 years to identifying and breeding standardbred poultry. There's also the American Livestock Conservancy, or the Livestock Conservancy, which is dedicated to saving genetics in all forms of livestock and poultry. But what we're doing here is helping people to have application of how do you take those birds that you're saving and making them economically viable again. One of the things that's unique about poultry, unlike other things, there are two major centers here in the United States, one in Connecticut and one in Denver, that are collecting semen and eggs from mammals to save them into the future. They've gone out and collected from some of these animals that are becoming very rare and some of them that keep them from going extinct. But science hasn't figured out a way to do that with poultry. There's still no way of saving the egg. There's still no way of identifying. And so part of my main mission, the whole mission of why I even started doing this many years ago, was for preservation. Some of the birds I have here, like the bronze turkeys, have been here in Kansas, on the Kansas prairie, for almost 110 years now. And so I've been working really hard to preserve that particular line. So that's part of it. The other part of what the Conservancy will do is just help educate the public. Just people, they don't have any intentions of being farmers or doing anything. They just want to hear about our American history.
So eventually this will be open to the public.
It'll be open to the public by invitation or by appointments. Yes.
But it will be really good.
Yeah, through the years I've had a lot of the local kids from the high school, from the college, a number of church groups, local 4-H groups that this is part of their field trip. They come out here, and see this. I also get people from some of the nursing homes, from some of the residence homes, which are some of my favorite because
they remember this.
They remember this.
Exactly.
They'll look at my Barred Rock chickens or my New Hampshire, my bronze turkey. Oh, my grandmother had those, and then they start talking and they start telling me their stories as a child and what they experienced with these birds.
It's very important work. So I hope you find this project as exciting as we do. This is going to be a fantastic thing for those that want to research poultry, people that raise poultry, 4-H students that are interested in it. This will be a great place to come study, come back and learn more. We'll be able to use this probably for some tour groups just to have one more facet to Lindsborg. We're really excited about it. We're signing off.